Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you are ready to tune in and enjoy the show. So, a lot's happened since I posted here last, and of course, we have seen the desperate Harkles on the publicity circuit peddling their best wares. Now, sources have leaked to myself that all is not well in Tinseltown, especially before this Times 100 summit, where Rachel Ragland made her speech self congratulating herself upon her latest successes, which we know, of course, are fabricated and not really steeped in reality because she has been struck down by the Walter Mitty complex, believing in a delusion that she is far more better, greater, successful, and accomplished than she really is. So, according to leaked sources, Harry and Meghan had a big bust up in their gas guzzling SUV as they drove over to this conference. But what I really would like to talk about, of course, is the extent of the fake tan. That's the first point that I'm going to emphasize. Now, as I always say on this channel, I am a black woman, so this is not coming from a racially fueled angle. This is simply stating the facts. And of course, I'm not a member of the Sussex squad, which is mainly comprised of dark skinned black women like myself, because I'm not bowled over by someone's skin tone. I look at facts, unlike her sugars. Now, if you look at her hairline, and a few images should be popping up, you can clearly see that Rachel is significantly paler than what she's presenting here. And I found it quite nauseating and irritating as I watched her 16-minute interview where she was puffing on about how happy she is allegedly and about how successful she feels she is and all of the things she's accomplished with her husband and herself. And I was really kind of perusing the comment section on the Times 100 YouTube channel more than I was actually tuning in to what she was saying. But what really jumped out at me was the level of fake tan that she had slapped upon her skin tone. Now, there's two reasons for this. I don't know if she's trying to make herself look younger or she's simply just at this point on the teetering edge of blackfishing. And of course, Meghan cannot truly be one to blackfish because she is a woman of mixed black origin. But we know that that was quite irritating for her, wasn't it, when she was in the UK and the British media simply highlighted, well, you are a woman of colour. She said, well, this has never happened to me in any country that I've lived in, from Canada to America to, I think it's Argentina, where she had her residency for a short period of time where she learned to speak Spanish. She didn't like the fact that the British media just pointed out a simple fact that she is a woman of mixed origin. Now it seems as though, of course, she's pandering to the Sussex squad because they're the only ones who are listening to her meanderings and buying her tripe. And her tripe is really not that good. All reports have leaked and been debuted upon social media regarding the as ever raspberry quote unquote spread. And it's sour, it's bitter. A lot of people are now saying that they would much rather use it as some kind of seasoning or glaze for ham because that's how tart it is. It's certainly not sweet and it doesn't look very appetizing. But before I lose the point of this video, what I really would like to say is that Meghan has put a significant heavy amount of tan on, and I just think it's in poor taste, really, because we know that in her heart, as she was doing before she hit the royal firm, before she married into royalty, and before she started making up claims of racism against the royal family, Meghan was more than happy to be a Caucasian woman and live a very Caucasian life. At least that's what she has been aspiring to do. That all has changed. She doesn't have the support of a lot of white royal watchers and white people in general because of the racial baiting that her and Harry committed on that dreadful, ghastly Oprah interview. And it's very interesting that Oprah is nowhere to be found on her social media anymore. It seems as though she's officially cut ties with Meghan because she lost a lot of support and took a lot of flack for that ghastly, unchallenging spiel that she had upon her show with Harry and Meghan, which subsequently was followed by the death of our beloved Prince Philip and then the late Queen Elizabeth II. I mean, what can I really say? The interview was ghastly. It really was a joke. And they was trying to present that Meghan had achieved something that she clearly hadn't achieved. She had a very small batch quantity of her product as Everbrand for sale in the first place, and a lot of it, from what I've seen, went to influencers and bloggers and her friends in LA, in Tinseltown, A-listers. She sent a lot of PR boxes, and most people are not raving about how fantastic it tastes because it really doesn't taste fantastic. But outside of all of that, the second point I would like to raise is how dreadfully ill-fitted this pantsuit was. Now, I think in theory, the pantsuit would have been nice if it was the right size and the right fabric. Meghan likes to walk around in these diabolically, tragically ill-fitted trousers that just swing all the way into the wind or the stratosphere of somewhere. I don't know if she's trying to float off to space. I actually don't know at this point, but you can't actually see the seams or the split between the trousers. It's just ill-fitted and ghastly. Now, a couple of images are going to pop up here of Harry's face, and you can see their body language is completely off. Allegedly, he said, "Listen, Meghan, you basically look ridiculous. You've got all of this fake tan on. I know that you only have black female supporters at this point because you've alienated everybody else, but I think you've gone a bit too far with the fake tan." And she lost it. She blew a gasket and she basically said, "Well, who else is going to buy my wares, Harry? You know, what the F are we going to do? What the F-bomb else can I do? I'm running out of ideas here. I'm in the American nightmare, and partially this is your fault." So they had this raging, blazing fight in the back of the SUV, and you can see it in his face. He looks out of shape, browbeaten, uncomfortable, sweaty, hot, and nervous and on edge. And he's trying to smile through the pain, kind of very similarly to when Jay-Z was attacked in a lift by Beyonce's sister Solange Knowles. I think that was all the way back in 2013 or 12. And you can see here that Harry looked as though he had been browbeaten. Now, a lot of sources have leaked in the past that Harry has, unfortunately, gotten into or been on the receiving end of physical altercations with his wife. And of course, he always coils and recoils away from her because he is the man in the situation. So I will be back with another one. Take care. Bye, guys.